Cheers, my loves. I wanted to start off this video by clearing up a misunderstanding that I see a lot of bloggers have who, nonetheless, are dedicating themselves to the masculine-feminine energy dynamic. So, a masculine man is a high-value man, which doesn't mean that he is a high net worth man. High value, high net worth, masculinity, high net worth, not interchangeable. Not at all. Okay, on an energetic level, I want you to understand this, girls. And guys, if you're interested in this, a lot of these men, they actually use feminine sexual energy in combination with theirs, but mostly feminine sexual energy in order to translate that into abundance in their lives, in order to translate that into building an empire, wealth, resources in their lives. That is one of the things they take in, because a lot of these guys, they're not actually capable of connecting enough themselves in order to be able to generate the kind of wealth that they're flashing around. And when you girls are proud of yourself because you've dated for a while that guy, you've been a traveling poom poom, he was a high value man, you're precisely the supply that he used to drain in order to be able to generate that kind of wealth. And for most of you, he never had plans for you beyond that. And the kind of woman that is at his side, if he has one, that overlooks all this, that says, sure, you can, you do whatever you want so long as we have the kind of money that we need, is the kind of woman that's a vampire like him, essentially. Essentially, she's telling him it's okay if you go ahead and dry all of these girls of their resource, of their sexual energy, of their life force energy, so long as we get to share in the profits. Their relationship is most definitely not based on love, not based on mutual support, not based on mutual compatibility. They're predators. This man, the high net worth man that you think you choose just based on that because you're a feminine woman, isn't a high value man, and you're not being a feminine woman. What you're being is a gold digger. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but that's just the way that it is. A feminine woman doesn't equal a gold digger. A feminine woman is fully capable of generating her own resources, of knowing that she can provide for herself, of knowing that she can take on the world and generate wealth, generate abundance, generate happiness. She just chooses to do this with a man, and because she's capable of doing this so well, she just so happens to look for a man who is also capable of doing this really well, because that way there is equality, that way she can respect him, that way she can admire him, that way she can feel like she hasn't settled. But she's not just looking for a man for his resources. And again, I repeat to you girls, these guys, they're a lot of them are not good people. A lot of them are not particularly intelligent people. A lot of them ultimately are people who are low value. Why low value? Because there are people who will take energy from the exchange. Yes, you got your trip to Cannes, you got your trip to Italy, you got, I don't know where you want to go. You got your trip to Singapore, you got to stay in a 5-star hotel, you got to go on a yacht. But then he will feel like he charged himself through the novelty, through the life force, through the sexuality that you provide, and that's all you represent. And you having attracted that kind of dynamic is not a testament to your femininity. You having attracted that kind of dynamic is a testament to you not understanding your worth, to you not understanding your capabilities, to you not understanding what you deserve. You're not a traveling poom poom. You know that, right? You should look for somebody who brings out the best in you, who charges you, who connects you to the best version of yourself, who makes you feel safe, contained, accompanied, guided. That is a person who brings energy to the dynamic. That is a person who makes you feel like a woman. It's not a person who just gives you a taste of the upper class life in exchange for the hits that you give him, for the energy hits that you give him. And the woman, by the way, who is by the side of this man, who's willing to tolerate disrespect, who's willing to overlook pretty much anything in order to have these benefits, is not a high value woman and is not a feminine woman, because wealth alone doesn't make somebody high value. there's plenty of wealthy people out there who are definitely low value people. On the overall, they're takers. They're not givers, they're takers. And they're not just takers from the world, they're takers from the people around them. They don't bring love, they don't bring caring, they don't bring nurturing, they don't bring support, they don't see people, they don't empathize, they don't bring out the best in people, they don't truly care. Right, so having gotten that out of the way, because I really don't want you girls to bounce from toxic feminism, which teaches you that men and women are the same and there's no difference between men and women, and that it's toxic to want to be a mom, and that it's toxic to want to take care of people, household elders, that somehow because of that you're less than somebody else. I don't want you to have that mindset. I want you to understand that such choices are legitimate, valid, and valuable. But at the same time, I don't want you to bounce into the whole I want to be a disrespected princess thing either. You're capable of being much more than that. All right. So now I want to talk a little bit about a second misunderstanding that I want to clear up. And it's the idea that a masculine woman can't attract a masculine man. Masculine woman, if she's especially very physically attractive, if she's fun, if she's brave, if she has the right kind of toxic to her, which will constantly proportion him these hits of dopamine, which keep him emotionally engaged and focused on her, can definitely attract a masculine man who doesn't know any better. A masculine man who's never been with a high value feminine woman has nothing to compare to, doesn't have that discernment. Maybe he's been with a faux feminine woman, the one who pretends that she's nice because she's actually weak, because she's actually is incapable of having self-mastery, discernment, and saying no to herself when she feels like she is being disrespected and there's an unhealthy pattern. So in that regard, of course, she's capable of attracting this guy sexually more than anything because she's exciting. But the problem arises when they're deep into a relationship with that kind of woman. She is egocentric. She is very self-absorbed. She is toxic in many ways, in many of these patterns of behavior that she has, and she doesn't respect him. She doesn't see him as an equal. She's so used to taking the lead. She's so used to putting herself on the pedestal. She's so used to, in a way, emasculating him and not trusting him to be able to do the things that she is doing within their relationship, that he doesn't become the best version of himself by her side. He doesn't become a man. He's not allowed to be the man that he is. He's not allowed to be empowered. He's not allowed to be an equal. He's not allowed to be a leader. This is a kind of relationship dynamic where slowly but surely she is effacing him. And the more she is effacing him, the less attracted she herself will feel to this man who maybe on the onset was the prize. He was was a masculine man, not because he was an object, he was a prize that she needed to get. But it's one of these dynamics precisely where she is attracted to him because of the wonderful things that he is, and then because she is so polarized and unhealthy in a relationship with him, she attempts to unconsciously destroy all of these wonderful things that she is. When he is with a feminine woman, she respects him, she trusts his leadership, she empowers these qualities in him, and this becomes a nurturing relationship where she brings energy to him and he brings energy to her. In this relationship with a masculine woman, yes, he brings energy to her, but she is effacing him continuously. And that doesn't last. Sooner or later, for one reason or another, that doesn't last. And it can last for a while because, again, he thinks that he loves her because there's such a strong emotional investment because of the constant intermittent reinforcement roller coaster that she puts him on. But it's very emasculating, and sooner or later, he's just going to either leave or emotionally check out. All right, so cheers, my loves. Just want to clear that up. I will be talking to you soon, and I wish you all the very best. Bye.